Hey everybody. Okay, look on the screen. We got the cute little queen Ashley Darby from Real Housewives of Potomac. I wanted to do a little story, a video on this, okay? So, as in case you don't watch the show, she's getting a divorce from Michael Darby. I believe she filed. He has presented his own drama on the show, allegations of touching men on the rear and making interesting statements about another man's anatomy. Okay. Allegedly. Now, the charges were dropped with regard to the allegations of him possibly touching a man inappropriately. Again, those charges were dropped. So, for whatever reason, um, he has been caught in a photo in a hotel room with another chick. The chick took a pic, uploaded it, and kaboom. Drama just hits the room. So a little background information on that. There have been some issues, as there are with any marriage relationship, but those kind of been part of his. It's been an issue of men and women with that guy. So, fast forward, she files for divorce. Here's the part I want to get to. A lot of time women are betting on pretty. And that's fine, honey. Of course, everyone wants to look pretty and feel pretty. But pretty doesn't always get you paid. It may get you in the doorway, but there's no guarantee always it's going to get you paid. Now, I think she's a pretty girl. Girl, you got the show going on. You got, social media. She could also model. There are so many options I think that she could utilize to be financially advantageous to her. So, she'll be fine. But here's what I want to get to. A lot of times women are betting on pretty, and quite often that can work. However, life is business. I'm going to play a clip, if you will. Let's listen, and I'll play it twice because I want you to hear. I want you to hear this clip from 2018. Okay? There is obviously an age difference. Michael, they have a prenup. Okay? And he's obviously has had a new draft of a prenup produced and wants her to sign it. So listen to this. I'm going to play it twice. I want to make sure you catch it, okay? Listen to this clip from the year 2018.
We've always had the lovey-dovey stuff.
No, we haven't. There was a while it wasn't physical.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Not for me.
You were holding it out, to be mean to me?
Look, it's raining.
Oh, you changing the subject?
Yep.
No. Camera's rolling.
Well, I mean, what I was saying with that was that I like where we're going now.
Mm-hmm. We're talking about that. Remember, we agreed to extend the prenup, which I thought was very fair on your behalf. Presumably, you felt comfortable signing that without talking to a lawyer, right?
If it's a show of good faith to you that I'm in this marriage for the right reasons, I have absolutely no qualms about signing this agreement.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Our prenup defines that I get a certain lump sum amount if we divorce before the 3-year mark, but post the 3-year mark, I get more than that. I'd get half.
Okay, so one more time. So listen to what he says. They have a prenuptial agreement for the first 3 years. Now they want to extend it until 5 years. He wants, based on what he's saying, to extend the prenup to 5 years, provided that she doesn't mind signing it without what? Having a lawyer look over it. So basically, she's going on his word. She's not an attorney. And she looked over it. I remember seeing this episode, and she signed. And once he made it clear, it's like, wow. I was like, did she sign twice? So again, one more time.
agreed to extend the prenup, which I thought was very fair on your behalf. Presumably you felt comfortable signing that without talking to a lawyer, right?
If it's a show of good.
So he said extend. Nothing about changing it. He said extend.
On your behalf. Presumably you felt comfortable signing that without talking to a lawyer, right?
If it's a show of good faith to you that I'm in this marriage for the right reasons, I have absolutely no qualms about signing this agreement.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
And she signed the agreement. No attorney looking over it. She signed the agreement. Now here we are, this is 2022 from the episode season 7, episode 17, which aired in 2023. He said extend. Now on the upcoming reunion, part 1, we're now hearing this.
Next up, an epic Real Housewives of Potomac reunion begins. You start dating hot stuff from Winter House.
For the reunion.
Again? I'm not a mathematician.
Both of you need to thank Winter House.
Thank you, Winter House.
What is the status of the prenup?
It really just did not work out in my favor.
Wow.
Dang,
You can't get
why you
alimony?
sign that?
You hear that? So initially in 2018, it was to extend the prenup. They said about any changes because she said how much money she would get.
On your behalf.
Well, not how much money, but
signing that without talking to a lawyer, right?
If it's a show of good faith to you that I'm in this marriage for the right reasons, I have absolutely no qualms about signing this agreement.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Our prenup defines that I get a certain lump sum amount if we divorce before the 3-year mark, but post the 3-year mark, I get more than that. I'd get half.
So how did we get from getting half? And what I'm trying to understand, how do we get from getting half to now we're sitting up here saying that the prenuptial agreement did not work out for me? And you can hear the women in the background talking about, I want to play it again. Why'd you sign that?
What's the age difference again? I'm not a mathematician.
Both of you need to thank Winter House.
Thank you, Winter House.
What is the status of the prenup?
It really just did not work out in my favor.
Wow.
Dang,
You can't get
why you
alimony?
sign that?
So you can hear Giselle say, you can't get alimony? You could hear Wendy saying, why'd you sign that? Because she's not a businesswoman. She just took her husband's word and she signed. Just took his word and she signed. And that's what happened when you're just betting on being pretty. When things go south, you're not prepared. Then he was on the show, maybe 2 seasons ago, 2 years ago, saying how that, yeah, probably more than that, saying how that he was planning his life without her. And I believe he changed the prenup then. And he gave her some papers, and she was sitting down, and she just signed. I thought, wow, she just glanced over those papers and just signed. So now, when she's filing for divorce, now we're hearing it what? It did not work out in her favor. So that tells me one thing. I think he changed the paperwork. What about that getting half past 5 years? One more time.
Both of you need to thank Winter House.
Thank you, Winter House.
What is the status of the prenup?
It really just did not work out in my favor.
Wow.
Dang,
You can't get
why you sign that?
Why she signed that? Because she's just betting on pretty and he's in love with me and he'll handle it. Not a businesswoman. And life is business. I'm not saying you got to have a degree and all that. No. But life is business. You have to act accordingly. So you know what? Yeah, I just want to. And if in him, he's a businessman. If you notice, he was watching this clip that I found.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Our prenup defines that I get a.
Talking to a lawyer, right?
If it's a show of good
He
faith.
wants her to sign what?
Signing that without talking to a lawyer, right?
If it's a show of good faith to you that I'm in this marriage for the right reasons, I have absolutely no qualms about signing this agreement.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Our prenup defines that I get a certain lump sum amount if we divorce before the 3-year mark, but post the 3-year mark, I get more than that. I'd get half.
And sweetheart, you didn't let an attorney look at it, and I think he put a switcheroo on you, and that's why you didn't get half. So at least you got the 2 kids. You can get, child support. And then in the show, they bought a new house in an LLC. And she says, oh, but we're going into it knowing that, and I'm paraphrasing, that is basically her house, Ashley's house. Honey, if it's an LLC and there's 2 names on the LLC, newsflash, it's not your house. It's whoever name is on that LLC document. Why you got a divorce? I don't understand. So, as a business person, the first thing hit my mind, and again, she's already lawyered up, but you believe in this man so much. Don't delude yourself. He's already rich. You don't come from money like that. Long live the money. Rich people that have assets, they're always thinking and planning. Why? The saying is long live the money. It can't live long if it's leaving and it's gone. It can't. And now you're buying a house on LLC. I'm sorry, girl. I think you are so getting played. You're playing yourself. We're buying this house with the understanding that it's going to be mine. No, it's not. So the first thing that hit my mind, I'm like, wow. So he's buying a house with an LLC, both their names on it. Let me guess. He calls himself, he is not going to lose. And it's things like this here we're not ready for. She is a biracial woman. The mom is black, hardworking, I'm assuming. Yeah, but you're not business oriented. So pretty can only go so far. You bought an LLC. That means you both own it. So that right there, you didn't get half. That means that you both own it. So do not be surprised. The first thing that hit my mind is this right here. Okay, so they bought a house. She says the mortgage is $13,000 a month. How it's going to get paid? You don't know, sweetheart. Do not be surprised that he may go ahead and, of course, help you with this house because, again, it's bought in LLC. I Googled him. Michael Darby is reportedly worth $20 million. Where is your hat? That should be 10. You should have $10 million. With $10 million, you should not have a problem paying $13,000 a month. So that tells me right then and there, and she's already said it didn't work out in her favor. You think? Because you didn't read. He told you one thing, but that paper says another. Life is business. You better act accordingly. You better get acclimated and really quick. So now she's bought a house with him on the LLC. Do not be surprised. Again, he's a businessman. If she hadn't gotten half, and they say that he is a real estate mogul with a net worth of $20 million, you should have walked away with $10 million, but you didn't. So don't be surprised. They bought this house together in an LLC. When those boys get 18 years of age, unless they attend college, get out of college, don't be surprised when there's a real estate by that time will probably double, if not triple in time. Don't be surprised at that point he'll be waiting. And he may say, hey, let's sell the house. Oh, I don't want to. Then you're going to need to buy me out. Well, I can't afford that. Baby, he's not going to lose. He's a businessman. He's not going to lose. And when it comes to women, it's easier said than done. You can try and tell them things. A lot of times women don't want to hear it. Don't want to hear it. Are you worried about treating me? Are you worried about mine? Oh, okay. Until something like this happens. Or they're so concerned. I want to make him mad. So that's the part to me. It's sad. I think it's very sad. So we're supposed to extend it, but it sounds like the paperwork went really, really hella wrong. If they extended it past the 5-year mark, where's her half? And what did she say on Bravo?
You need to thank Winter House.
Thank you, Winter House.
What is the status of the prenup?
It really just did not work out in my favor.
Wow.
Dang, you can't get alimony.
Because Ashley didn't get the memo, sweetheart, that life is business. Marriage is about the contract. And Ashley just signed what Michael said, and no alimony. It didn't work out in her favor. If you were to get half, as he said, to extend it, she would get half. Girl, if I were you, I would get this old clip. But see, she already signed. And I would try to, can you pursue fraud? That's just me. I would pull the old Bravo clips, but more than likely it'll come down fraud. You know, they may say, hey, you signed it. You agreed. So he's with $20 million. This man is protecting his assets. He's protecting his wealth. That's what he's doing. And buying this house and this LLC, protecting his wealth. Don't be surprised with the taxes and all of that. Unless you come up with a whole lot of money, don't be surprised those boys get older. He'll come knocking. Okay, it's time to sell. He's a real estate mogul. You think? And what is Ashley? She's from a family that seems to be, poor growing up. What is Ashley? She's pretty. What is Ashley? She's pretty. So this year on the show, honey, maximize your potential, your social media, get something going. But this is what happens when it's divorce time. The money always wins. Why? They're used to it, and they're going to go through exceptional means to keep it. Ladies, don't let this be you. I've signed papers. And he doesn't have that kind of wealth. Heck no. But the idea, life is business. It's not all rainbows and kisses and whatever he says. So, I want to share that with you. I wish her the best. Feel free to comment, like, subscribe, and share. Let me know your thoughts. Life is business. And this that happened to her lets you know so very fast. She probably wasn't counting on this. Someone should have told her, get the last prenup. Get a copy of it. Why you can't have a copy? Before you file, one of the first thing you should have done, honey, was get all the paperwork and give it to the lawyer. That was the first thing you should have done. It could have told you then, okay, if you file to expect this. You understand? But it didn't work out in her favor. But she'll be all right. She's got the show, she's a mom of 2, still hot and pretty. But this here should be a lesson to us all. Life is business, and guess what? Especially a marriage. Simply sat here on YouTube, and I'm out.